Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through finds from just the past 2 months. This doesn't include anything that I got from the collection that I had in the last video. This is just stuff I'd been picking up, record shows, antique stores, yard sales, estate sales, stuff like that. Before we get into it, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, you should be. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subs before the end of the year, because I think that would be a fun little goal to have. So, yeah, that would help me out a lot. Thank you. And let's just get right into it. This is one I pulled out at the record show. I was selling stuff from that last collection and was digging around and found one of these. Buffalo Springfield, self-titled. This is the very first US press that does not include For What It's Worth. Yeah, the first mono. Now, I have been looking out for one of these for literally ever since I started collecting records and learned about this thing's existence. And this was such a good deal. It wasn't like a crazy deal, but it was a really good deal. I really, really prefer the mix that has For What It's Worth on it, because I love that song. So I was a bit torn on whether I wanted to hold on to this. But you get an extra track. You get a track called Baby Don't Scold Me, which is a really good song. I really liked it. Added it straight to my playlist and stuff. But yeah, super happy to find the first mono that does not have For What It's Worth on it, which is just a cool thing, and definitely gonna hang on to both. Black Sabbath, Master Reality. I was digging around in an antique store, and I was shocked to see this. First of all, already a great deal. Second of all, it's got the poster. Yeah, sweet. I always check for the poster in this one. It's never in there. This is technically a second press, but it's nicer than my copy that I had already, and it's got the poster, so I had to pick it up. This is one I am just such a huge fan of Jimi Hendrix, as you guys already know. If you don't know that from the collection I bought and all the Hendrix stuff I kept from it. Yeah, this is a first stereo, super clean, tricolor, Axis Bold as Love. You never see it on the tricolor label, and you never see it this nice. I mean, it's got its surface scuffs, but man, I put this on and it just sounds out of this world. It's an incredible pressing. It's so good. Yeah, and this cover is in great shape too. But yeah, this was at the record show, and I couldn't pass it up. This next one, again, just one of my favorite records of all time. The Kinks, Lola vs. Power Man, and the Money Go Round. Same antique store as the Sabbath. This was $8. I'll just tell you straight up. This is a steal. So I could not be more happy to have an upgrade. I got my other copy that I paid $3 for at a flea market a while ago. I've had that for years, and that's just been my copy. But this isn't a crazy mint copy, It's probably a solid VG. This is definitely my second favorite Kinks record behind Village Green. But man, I'm such a huge fan of the Kinks. I could just had to have this nicer copy. This next one is a modern reissue, which is weird for me to have, but found it at a yard sale, weirdly enough. And I had to have it. Jeff Buckley, Grace. I wasn't entirely sure I was going to keep this. And then I was sitting in a room with my girlfriend, and she saw that I got this, and her jaw was on the floor. She was like, dude, you gotta listen to that. So we put it on, and I just loved it. Oh my god, it's so good. And I think this is the 2014 European press or something along those lines. Sounds just great. This is the cheapest eBay grab probably of all time ever. For me, you know. I opened eBay and went in my save searches, and this was there. It was $3, which is like nuts. Terry Reid, Seed of Memory. First off, absolutely incredible record. I love Terry Reid. Anything with Terry Reid on it, amazing. Second off, first press of this sounds incredible. Just fills the room. And this is a white label promo. And it is so clean. VG Plus, I would give it. Really, really nice copy. White label promo. $3 on eBay. Terry Reid is very much in that classic rock vein, but he is one of my favorite singers of all time. He's got this just incredible voice. You know, he was asked by Jimmy Page to be in Led Zeppelin before he approached Robert Plant about it. He's got an album called River, which, funny enough, I also have a promo of. So it's interesting. I guess all my Terry Reid albums are promos right now. But his album River is just incredible too, and this one is so good. If you like sort of classic rock vein type stuff, if you like insane vocal greatness, this is just a killer record. Now we're going to move into some of the classic Psych type stuff. It wouldn't be a Soren vinyl video without its fair share of Psych finds. This one's another upgrade. I had a copy of this, but it had this like groove damage that was really annoying and made me not want to listen to it sometimes. So saw this copy, great deal at the same antique store as I got the other antique store stuff. There are but 4 small faces. Original US copy on immediate. I wanted this record so bad when I had started collecting. And I found one at the record show, and I paid way too much for it. So it's kind of nice to get one for a good deal. But this is just one of my favorite, like, Psych-adjacent records. Green Circles is one of my favorite tracks on this record. Absolutely a mind bender of a song. This isn't the best copy in the world. You know, it's somewhere in the VG range, but I just needed to have one that I could listen to, because I don't know, I'm such a huge Small Faces fan, and for whatever reason, this record, it just clicks with me, and I love it. It's really, really one of my favorites. This next one, I was sitting at the record show, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to go too overboard on buying things today, which never goes well. But I was sitting at my booth, and Bill, if you're watching, he came up to me, and he handed this to me, and he said, this is probably a record you'll dig. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have that. Ramesses, Glass Top Coffin. This is a first UK press with that, with the die cut thing going on. If you don't know who Ramesses is, he has an album called Space Hymns, which is on the Vertigo Swirl, which is a really nice collectible one. But yeah, this is his second release. It came out on the Spaceship, the first UK. He had a vision in the 60s that he was a reincarnated Egyptian god. And he truly and fully believed that with all his heart. And he made these albums sort of to tell the world, like, what about his reincarnation and stuff. But oh my goodness, this is so good. The concept is crazy, but man, I just I put this on and I was like, oh my god, it's kind of like it has this like spacey vibe. It's very floaty, you know. Obviously, he had some sort of thing for space. It starts out with a golden landing. It really has just this mood to it. That's just amazing. The title track, Glass Top Coffin, is killer. It's like most of this album is like floaty, sort of psychedelic space music, you know, is the way I want to describe it. But Glass Top Coffin kicks in, and it's like they're rocking out. It's so good. I can't even. This is just one you need to hear. This just blew me away. So Bill, thank you. You gave this to me for a great deal. The record everyone's talking about, probably, I don't know. Yes, the Urva, Boris. This is the Noble Record reissue on red vinyl. This is my pick this year for for the release I was most excited for. I was like stalking the Instagram, waiting for him to tell us when this was getting put out. But yeah, this is a mind-bending prog rock record. I mean, if you like Yes, King Crimson, Gentle Giant, Genesis, anything along that line, you will love this. I mean, my dad really liked this one. He's into all those bands and anything prog. This is the red vinyl version because I just kind of had to get that. The sound just jumps out of the speakers on this press. It's amazing. Everything is so crisp and clear, and yeah, seriously, an out of this world prog rock record. It's just mind blowing. Originals are like $1,000 plus, probably more. So yeah, I'm definitely happy to have a reissue of it. This next record is one that has been eluding me for years. I feel like I say that like once a video now, which is just great. I mean, I guess the time's coming for me finding these albums. But we were at this sort of marketplace, me and my buddy Matthew, and this was in the bins, and I was like, man, God, so happy to find this. Bang, Mother / Bow to the King. Phenomenal. I know I've said that a million times, but this is a killer hard rock record. It's a little more classic rock influenced, a little bit more of a commercial sound than the Bang self-titled, but they still get down and dirty on this record, and it's just great. This is a nice, clean copy. This got played a bunch last week, and after I found it, you know, I found it kind of in the middle of me processing the big collection, so I haven't fully soaked it in yet. But I can tell you that it's an absolutely killer record, and one I'm super happy to finally have a copy of. If you're into the psychedelic hard rock type stuff, this is a must-have. Not like out of this world expensive record, but just an essential. And then the last of the Psych stuff, this came in from an eBay purchase, which I've kind of been getting back into, because there are great deals to be had. And this one was listed as like G plus condition, so the price was really low, but the guy took some really good pictures of the vinyl, and I just kind of decided that it looked better than G plus, so I took a little bit of a chance. The Orient Express. This is a mainstream release. Yeah, and it turned out great. It was a good purchase. Vinyl's a lot nicer than described, and it's a DJ copy. This record is very out there. There's a huge Eastern influence to this record. It talks about their stories on the back, but Guy Duras, who does vocals, and he plays the oud, which is like an Eastern instrument, and the electric sitar, obviously. This travels to Iran, and he met one of the people who plays on this record there, and he met someone else uh, in New York or something, somewhere. And this group is just people from all around the world, and brought them to New York, and they recorded this, and it is something else. I really like it. There are tracks like "For a Moment" and "A Little Star" and a song called "Azar." I believe is how you pronounce it. Um, that are just so good. I mean, I love those tracks. It's one that needs quite a bit of soaking in to really get it, I feel. But yeah, this is an original copy on mainstream. These are really tough to come by, so decided that I would grab it on eBay. But yeah, just a sweet record. Really, really cool one. And I kind of try to collect everything on mainstream, because mainstream is just a great US psych label, and I love most of the stuff that's on there. So yeah, another one off the list of the mainstream stuff. But yeah, this one's definitely gonna take some getting used to, and it will definitely take getting used to from other people listening to it too. But I really dug it. Very out there, but very good. And now we'll move on to this estate sale that I went to. Saw the listing on Facebook, and they had a ton of records, so of course I had to check it out. Um, and it was really a score. I mean, when I go yard sailing, I sometimes I get some decent stuff, and sometimes I get some great stuff, and this was great stuff. Start out with just a decent one, BB King on stage live. This is a repress, but still really cool. Definitely needed to grab that one. You know, these were all $1, by the way. But I was flipping through the records. That is pretty much the only one that I saw that I wanted to have, like, in my collection. But there was this last box that had loose discs and loose covers. And yeah, this is where the score sort of happened. This is the first one I pulled out. This is definitely one that I was not expecting to see, and kind of made my jaw drop when I pulled it out. This is Chet Baker Sings. This is the 10-inch version. So came out before the album version, I'm pretty sure. I've seen the album, I think, once, and it was very expensive. So yeah, it's definitely one that's really hard to come by. And yeah, my jaw dropped when I pulled this out of the stack of discs. Unfortunately, it does not have a cover. And yeah, 2 of these don't have a cover. This one also did not have a cover, but the disc was pretty nice, so I swapped it with the cover I did have. Jimmy Smith, Back at the Chicken Shack, first mono, Blue Note. Yeah, pretty sweet. Yeah, definitely a little bit nicer than my copy, not by a lot. And I also had a stereo, so pretty sweet to have a mono. This is a great entry-level Blue Note, if that makes sense. These ones are not too terribly expensive, not too terribly hard to find. Same goes for most of Jimmy Smith's stuff, and it's just good. I mean, it's just really solid. Jimmy Smith plays the organ. Stanley Turrentine's on this. Kenny Burrell on guitar. It's just got a great lineup, and it's a great little funky little record. You know, this next one is like, I was so disappointed when this didn't have a cover, but it is just an insanely good jazz record, and it's by an artist that I've just always wanted to have their music on vinyl, and I don't have anything by them. So I'll take this, just the disc for this. And I haven't talked to Matthew yet, but maybe I can see if I can get his cover, because this is like a very, very nice copy, considering, of Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, A Night in Tunisia, I believe is how you pronounce it. This is a first mono, deep groove, all that good jazz. Got a little bit of label wear. The disc is pretty dang nice. I mean, considering that it was just the disc and it's sitting with a bunch of other discs, and I mean, these Blue Notes usually aren't in great shape. This is a pretty nice copy, and it plays really well. Sounds fantastic, and just is amazing. This haul is like put me back in my jazz mood. But I love Art Blakey so much. The Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers is just such a killer lineup always. Lee Morgan on trumpet, probably my second favorite trumpet player behind Miles Davis. Wayne Shorter, Bobby Timmons, Jamie Merritt, and Art Blakey on drums, obviously. But yeah, this is just a phenomenal record, and another one. I'm dying to have a cover of this for this. But yeah, super, super cool. And I know people will probably like trash on me for getting these records without the covers, but the music is so good that I just don't care. And they were $1, like whatever. I truly was like rescuing these records from this estate sale. I mean, they were probably going to the dump. I also kind of think, I believe this might have been week 2 of the estate sale, which means that I missed some killer jazz, which I don't even want to think about, because there was records like the Art Blakey in there, and records like this. This is a second press of Other Sounds by Yusuf Lateef. This is just incredible. This is on New Jazz, and it's a decent copy. I mean, it's got marks and stuff. It plays with some surface noise, but don't mind it, not overpowering or anything like that. Music comes through great. This record's kind of out there. It touches on this little bit of, I want to say like free jazz, but not entirely free jazz, But it has, I mean, there's a reason it's called Other Sounds. It's just got this like, it's a little bit of an Eastern feel to it, and a little bit of a free jazz feel, and it's just so great. I think my favorite type of jazz is the jazz that just scrapes the line of free jazz, like just a little bit over towards that side. Not too free, but really loose. And that's what this record is. It just hits perfectly what I love. Yeah, Yusuf Lateef, he plays the flute on this, but also the tenor sax, obviously. Yeah, I was so excited when I pulled this out. I actually found the disc only, and I was like, dang, I really want to find the cover. And I went through the records and I found the cover, and I paired them together. So, yeah, it was super sweet. But, man, do I love estate sales. They're so great. This is just a phenomenal jazz record. It's going to go on right now after the video ends. This or the Art Blakey. But, yeah, I really couldn't believe that I pulled these out of those bins there. It was filthy. Like, it was really gross. My hands were, like, black. And I was covered in, like, dirt and whatever, record junk. But pulled out some goodies. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed these finds. And I'll catch you next time around. Peace.